everyone, it's Crafty Music Lover here, and today I'm going to be doing my Polymer Clay Charm Update number 2. I know that a lot of you may not even remember that I do work with Polymer Clay, but I do, surprise. It's been a really long time since my first Polymer Clay Charm Update, and I really love it. I forgot how therapeutic it is to work with clay. So I have some charms to show you, and I just want to go ahead and get started. So I do actually have quite a few remakes. If you guys have seen my Disney Polymer Clay Charm collection, you know that I make a lot of Disney themed charms, and I actually went through them a while after I filmed that video and just decided that there were some that just needed some help. They just did not look like the characters, they did not look good, and I wanted to redo them. So we're going to start with one that's not super familiar. You may or may not know her. Her name is Thumbelina. This is what she looks like. This is the old chibi that I did, and I don't know if I have a lot to say about her, just because I do think that at the time that I made this, I did a really good job, and I think I still did a good job on the skirt, but this is the old remake version, and then now we have the new version, and I absolutely love this one so much. She looks much better. I think that she has more defined features, and her dress color is a lot more similar to what you will see in the movie. Her hair is a lot more defined, and it just looks better overall. I think you can see an improvement. I hope you can. So as you may have seen in my Disney Polymer Clay Charm collection, I do make like little things to go along with the characters that theme off of them. So I have like little cupcakes and little Mickey heads, things like that to go with the characters. So this is the Thumbelina Cupcake, and it looks not like a cupcake at all. I don't know what I was thinking when I was making this, but the theming behind it is the base of the cupcake is her dress, and then you have the sash right here. So I'm gonna pull this one up. So you have the sash, and then the little two things here, that's her sleeves, and then the frosting is her hair, and then she's got the hairband. So this is how I themed it, and at the time I think I did a pretty good job, but I'm not too pleased with it. However, this is the new version, and I love this version a lot more. I think it definitely looks more like a cupcake and more defined as a character themed cupcake, and I did use the same colors just like in the old version to make sure everything was pretty similar in color, and just the style of everything just looks much better. I do like how I put the sash across the top of the cupcake rather than on the inside, like in the middle. I just think it looks a lot more clean, and I do like the fact that I added the actual cake for the cupcake and then made the top part her hair. I just think it looks much better, and I think that this is a nice pretty set. So the next charm that I remade was Megura. So this is the old version. This is what she looks like in the old way that I did it. I do really like her hair poof. I don't think that she looks like Megura though. And then this is the new version, and I have to say I really enjoy how she looks. I think that she definitely looks more prominently like Megura. I think her colors are a lot closer to the actual movie. The only thing that I have to critique this about, and my sister agrees with me, she kind of looks like Anastasia from the movie Anastasia, and I do have to agree with that. And the reason why is I didn't poof her hair right here enough whenever I was making her hair. I think that I did a really good job on her dress and her just the way she looks. And if you aren't familiar with Megura, she has an extremely tiny waist in the movie. Honestly, an unrealistic waist, but I tried my absolute best to make her waist super skinny, and I think I did a pretty good job. Like I said, I really enjoy this, and I think it looks really nice. So earlier I mentioned that I make little Mickey heads to go with the characters, and I never made a character head to go with Thumbelina, which I will eventually, but I did make one for Megura, and this is what hers looks like. This is the old version, and I don't know how to explain what I don't like about this because it's everything. I do like the idea of it. I think that it was a nice thought. Here is the new version. It's extremely shiny, so I apologize. But this is what it looks like. As you can tell, there is a much different improvement on just how everything looks. I made the Mickey ears actually Mickey ears, and then I just added her hair onto the Mickey head, and I added a little bit more detail and style to the dress part of the actual Mickey head, and I think it's just much better overall, and I really like the way it looks, and I'm very proud of this piece. This is probably one of my favorite remakes of this update. So these next two are just the characters. I didn't add anything to go with them, but this is the old version. This is Ariel from the Little Mermaid, and this is what she looks like. I didn't really hate this one, to be honest, but I thought that she just looked too squished, and she didn't really look like Ariel. I do like the way I did the hair on this one, and the tail looks really nice. If you can't tell, I did like micro marbles and like flakes and glitter pieces all over her tail to make it look like really shiny like the sea, and I like the way I did this, but this is the old version and then this is the new version, and I have to say I do enjoy the way I did her hair on this one. She probably needs to have a little bit more of a defined poof here, but I like the way I did her whole outfit. I think that she has a very small waist, just like in the movie. Again, unrealistic expectations. And the only thing I do have to say is I don't like the tail, like the glitter that I did on her tail, but I really like the way she looks. I think she definitely looks less squished and she looks more like Ariel. So the last character that I remade was Gaston, and this is the old version. He doesn't necessarily look like Gaston, honestly. I think if you're a Disney nerd, you probably would understand that this is Gaston, but I don't think his color scheme works well. I think he kind of still looks squished, just like Ariel did, and I think that he needed some improvement. And this is the new version. Gaston was actually a little bit of a struggle when I was trying to make him. His head kept falling off because it was just really big, and I tried so hard to get it back together. And I don't think that his head is the problem. I still think he needs more burly shoulders, because in the animated version, he does have like really big shoulders. And I think I did a good job on the rest of him, but his shoulders are just not up to par, and unfortunately that's what broke off. So I feel like unless I told you, you wouldn't be able to tell. I think it's still an improvement, most definitely, from the old version. I actually have a few cupcake remakes to show you, and these are just ones that were in my charm collection for my Disney charm collection, and I just thought that they needed to be redone. This is the first one. This is actually a cake, and I don't think you can tell that this is a cake, but this is what it looks like. I am not happy with the way this looks. I think that the pearlescent clay really worked well. I'm happy that I used pearlescent clay here, but it's so dirty, and it's not my favorite at all. So this is the old version, and this is the new version. I had to figure out where the front was. This is what it looks like. It's much cleaner, and it actually kind of looks like I painted the white clay, but I didn't. I was able to keep the entire slab of clay clean, and I'm so proud of myself. It's a slightly different cake, but I think it still looks really nice. And then the next one that I remade was this cake, and this one just, it doesn't look right. I don't know if you can even tell, but the pearlescent clay, once again, is extremely dirty. So I remade it, and this is the new version, and I love this version so much. I can't keep saying it looks much better, but it looks so much better. So I changed the style of the cupcake up a little bit, and instead of doing the cake part, the pink and polka dots, I did the frosting, the polka dots and the pink, and I kept the cake itself a actual cake. I think it looks much better than the original. Next, I have some character themed cupcakes that I redid. So I have this old version of the Cinderella Cupcake, and I I think that this turned out okay. It looks good, but it just doesn't look like Cinderella. This is the new one. I think that this one looks much better. So I gave her, I kept the same colors and like the same style, but instead of doing a flat top on here, I gave the cupcake part like more defined, frosting, and then I made her bun into frosting as well. And then to make it look more like Cinderella, I added this like ruffly kind of part for her dress and added a pearl in here. And I think that this is definitely a more representation of what Cinderella's dress looks like more than this one. Next is Snow White. So this is what the Snow White cupcake looks like. I don't hate this cupcake actually. I think it looks really cute and I'm very, very proud of the way I did the bow. I actually wasn't going to remake this one until I remade the Cinderella cupcake, and then I was like, wow, this one looks really bad. So I redid it and I actually really, really like this cupcake. So here's the new version. I kept everything the same. I just did, once again, the hair color in this frosted look, and I carried the bow across the top like that, and I kept the base the same and I added the cupcake part. And like I said, I really, really like this, and I do really like how defined the little hair bow is. I think that that looks really cool. So the last cupcake I have to show you that I remade is this Aurora or Sleeping Beauty cupcake, and this is what it looks like. This is the old version, and I think that this one actually isn't too bad, but I didn't really see a good resemblance to Sleeping Beauty. So this is the remade version, and I do really think that this looks more like Sleeping Beauty. It has her crown, and this part is more like what she actually has on her dress. And then I did the frosting out the top around it. And I do have to say that this little ruffle part took forever to get right. I wanted to make sure that it represented her a lot more than this cupcake did. And I'm very pleased with how this cupcake turned out. I think it's very, very cute. To go along with the Aurora cupcake, I have a few Sleeping Beauty themed charms. So I'm going to show you Aurora first. So I made Aurora in her dress. This is her like peasant or common dress where she was living with the fairies, and this is just what it looks like. I do have to say I like it, except I did not give her a neck, which is unfortunate, and her like, I think this is called a bodice. It's supposed to be higher up. And I definitely didn't do that right. But other than that, I really do like the way this looks. I think that she definitely looks very nice, and I do like the way I did the sash on here, and her hair is very, very cool in my opinion. I think it looks nice. Obviously, if I made Aurora where she was living with the fairies, I couldn't leave them out. So I made all three of the fairies, and these are actually pretty big. I will show you them one by one, but they are extremely large in terms of the charms. So if you want to compare, this is what the Aurora charm looks like compared to them. They are quite large. So this is Merryweather. This is what she looks like, and I really like the way I made her look, and I think that she just looks very sophisticated and very like make it blue. I really like how I did the bodice wrap and just the headgear. I do have to say she was my first one, so it did take me quite a while to get everything right, but I really like it. So this is Flora. This is what she looks like. I think that she looks really, really nice. I think she definitely looks like Flora, and she looks very like, I don't want to be in the middle of this argument, please leave me out of it kind of thing. I think she's really cute. And then lastly, we have Fauna, and this is what she looks like. I feel like she's the leader of everybody, and she is like in charge of making sure everyone's together. And like I said, this was the last one that I did, so it definitely has more improvements than the rest of them. And I actually was able to completely put her head wrap around her entire head this time. And I think that this one looks pretty good. I'm pretty proud of it. Pink is my favorite color, so obviously this one has more of a I like this one most kind of thing. And I don't know if you can tell, but I tried to make their hair color match the way they look. So I feel like Fauna is the oldest, so she has like the oldest hair, and then these two are younger, so they look a little bit like their hair color is a little bit less intense, but I really like these fairies, and I think that they look really cute. So the last of the Disney charms are actually not remakes, but I want to show you them anyway. This is the first cupcake that I did, and this is what it looks like. This was actually a cupcake that I was trying out before I tried out to remake this one here, and I think that this looks really cute. I did use a bow mold for the bow on the cupcake, so that's just why it looks so like fancy and well done. But this is just the cupcake, and you may have, if you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen this cupcake already. I'm really proud of how I did the texturing, and I actually didn't glaze the cupcake part at all. I glazed the ears I think 7 times, so they're extremely shiny. I really like the way it looks, and I think it's really pretty. And the last of my Disney charms for this charm update is this cake, and it is just a Minnie Mouse themed cake. I really like the way this looks. I think it's just a very fun like cake, and the bow, I used the same kind of bow mold, and I actually painted the little polka dots on here, but everything else is made with clay, and I am super proud of how this turned out. So I do actually have one more remake to show you before I get on to my regular charms, and if you have seen my regular Polymer clay charm update, I showed that I did a Sanrio themed section in my charm box, and I had this Tuxedo Sam Cupcake, and I think I mentioned in the video that I didn't like it, but this is what he looks like. And if you guys don't know who Tuxedo Sam is, I'll show you what he looks like on the screen. But this is just what the Tuxedo Sam cupcake looked like, and this is not what he looks like at all, color-wise. I decided that I wanted to remake this charm because I wanted to show proper homage to Tuxedo Sam because he's really cute. And this is the remake, and I definitely think this looks much better. It kind of looks like Donald Duck, if I'm going to be honest with you. And when I was making it, I was like, wow, I should really just make a Donald Duck charm to go with this. But I think it still looks really cute, and it has all of his like little suspenders and his cute little hat right here, which was really fun to try and make. I had a lot of fun trying to create the little dollop, and the frosting on the cake I really love. And you may have also seen this on my Instagram. I posted this after I made it, and I think that it's just really cute. Since it has been astronomically long since I have done a charm update, I actually have a winter charm. So this is a little drink charm, and I actually based this off of a real item in the real life world, and I will put it on the screen for you so you can see what it looks like. This is something that Disney Parks blog posted. I think it was like a Duffy Bear, I think that's his name, a Duffy Bear little drink, and I decided to make it because I think it just looks really cute. So I tried my best to recreate it in terms of the way it looks, and I think I did a pretty good job for my first time working with something that is not clay. This is actually a miniature, and if you've seen my miniature suite craft haul, this is from that craft haul. It's like a little like drink, like a boba drink, and I just filled the inside of it with some Scribbles 3D paint mixed with some Alex Plus silicone. The top of it is actually clay, so everything on the top is made with clay except for the blue lining here, which I did using just some regular blue paint. I think it looks really good, and my intention for this was, and the reason why it doesn't have a charm is because I wanted somebody to hold it or for it to go with someone, so I actually made this chibi to go with it. If you can't tell, it kind of looks similar, but I think I might remake it so that it's a bigger, like I might make a figurine out of this because I don't really think that this goes together, but I do really like the way this chibi came out. I was trying something new. I was trying to do clothes on a person because I haven't really done that. It's just like this girl dressed up really warmly, so she's got this like hat on, like this beanie or parka, whatever you call it, and then she's wearing this like sweater vest with this really comfy sweater on, and she's got some winter boots and wearing some white leggings, and I thought this would be really cute for the winter time. So I actually made another chibi, and this was another one of those chibis that I was trying to get the Tinkerbell dress right. If you've seen my first Polymer Clay Charm update, you know that I was experimenting with trying to remake Tinkerbell, and I was trying with her dress, and this is the first attempt. I ended up not baking this the first time just because I didn't really like how it looked, and like I said, I was trying to experiment with the way her dress looked, and when I realized that it just wasn't going to work out, I ended up scrapping the whole idea and just like kind of forgetting about it. But I thought I would make her a springtime chibi, and I think that I may have succeeded. I don't know if I like the way she looks, but I thought that this would be another good way to experiment with facial expressions and like colors. Then I made a few cupcakes. So the first one that I made is this super tiny one, and this is actually from a mold that I use from A La Molds on Etsy. But this is just like a tiny little cupcake that I was just experimenting, trying the mold out with, and I made a tiny little donut and some frosting. I didn't texture the donut very much or do anything with it because this was just an experimentation to see if I liked the tiny little cupcake mold. Then I made two realistic cupcakes, and I can't tell which one I like more. I think I like this pink one, but I was actually experimenting with some colors of clay, which is why I made these in the first place. So I think this is like a jade quartz, not jade, but like a blue ice quartz kind of clay. I don't know if you can tell on the camera, but it's just a really like shiny pearlescent kind of clay, and I really wanted to see how it looked after it baked because I thought it was a pretty color. I just did some generic frosting on the top. This isn't my best version of a realistic cupcake, but I think it's still pretty. And then I tried some of this color for this base, and I really like the way this one turned out, and I actually did a little bit of shading on the top for the icing to give it kind of like a strawberry shortcake kind of look, and I used chalk pastels for it, and I really like how it looked. This cupcake here is actually from a Martha Stewart mold, and this I made a really long time ago, like back when I was crafting consistently with polymer clay, so like I don't know, like 2014. So I decided to just make it into a little cell phone charm. So I attached a bail to the back of the charm and then put some little polymer clay, like I don't know if these are beads or what, but I tried my best to salvage this piece, and I think it is really cute. I think it does look very nice as a cell phone charm. So the last cupcake that I have to show you is actually inspired by somebody here on YouTube, and I can't remember their name off the top of my head, but I'll put it on the screen for you so you guys know who I'm talking about. But it is this Harry Potter themed cupcake, and the person that I was inspired by actually had like a broom going across the bottom of it, and I think they used a bigger cupcake mold than I did. I actually made this cupcake in a few different processes. So I made the base and the Quidditch rings and the Gryffindor tower. I baked all of those separately, and then I added the like field of grass on the top here and kind of cut a little corner out of it so that I could stick the Gryffindor tower in. So these last three charms are extremely recent. They've been made like within the past 2 days, and I want to show you this one first because I actually was inspired by a picture on Pinterest, and it was actually made out of felt, but it is a little apron. And the reason I decided to do this, I really wanted to make that felt apron ornament, but I decided that I wanted to see how things looked because I'm planning on doing some of those like fancy polymer clay earrings that you see going around right now, and I wanted to see what this color looked like baked because it's supposed to be a different color because I like mixed a couple of different colors together to get it, and I wanted to see if it changed color or how it would look with different colors, and I really like it. I think it's really cute. And then the final two charms in this charm update are actually little plants, and I was trying out some of my Pearlix pigment powders that I just recently got, and I wanted to see what they looked like. So I made two little succulent potted plants, and I've actually never made these before. So I think for my first attempt, they're okay. So I made 2 different pots. So this one is a kawaii pot and it has like a little face on it. This is just what it looks like on the top. And I added these like little green leaves around it just to see how it would look. And I like it. I think it's cute. And then this was actually my first attempt at making a potted plant, and I got the hang of it, so I made another one, and I think this one looks much better. I really like the way I did the succulent on here, and I think that the texturing on the actual like soil looks really nice. And I used pink Pearl X pigment powders on this one and purple on this one, and I think that the pink looks a lot better. Overall, I really do like the way that this looks. I think that it's a very nice charm. So that is it for this second charm update. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to see more polymer clay videos like this, definitely let me know as well, and let me know if you want me to do tutorials. I will absolutely try my best to do a tutorial for you if you guys really want one, so definitely let me know in the description box down below. I definitely post a lot more on my Instagram as far as polymer clay charms go, so if you guys want to see the most up-to-date like recent things that I've made, definitely follow me on my Instagram. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more videos just like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in my next video. Until next time, craft on. Bye guys.